Hello, it's Mr. Tory here, and today I'm going to talk about the by-election which happened on Thursday today. If you want to see more Mr. Tory videos, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. Hello, I hope you are all doing well, and today I'm going to talk about the Gorton Centre by-election. Absolutely, what a shock, everyone, what a shock, because, I wasn't expecting Green Party when I knew it was going to be close. I didn't think it was going to win by that margin, quite frankly, but Labour out the door. Would have been close between Labour and Greens, could be the same, then a Reform, they'd split the vote and then Reform would come through, but that was not the case. And obviously their campaign was through, one of their leaflets was an Urdu. I mean, come on, what's going on there? I mean, this really shows the state of the country, in my opinion. We've got two populist parties. I'd say the Greens are more extreme on political spectrum than Reform. I mean, Reform as just a ex-Tory party. I mean, with true right-wingers, it just excludes the word of the Tories, Reform. But the Green Party, is a completely different wave of politics. I mean, we've never seen this ever, I think. This goes beyond true socialism of the 70s. This goes sort of the... we're not mentioning anything to do with, trees or anything now. They're talking about, letting all the illegal immigrants in, that means there's no rule of law, in my opinion. I don't know. And that's like saying, some people are saying, oh, there's no, rules like on stolen land, it's not illegal because it's stolen land. That's not exactly true because, if you talk about America, it used to be, conquered by British and then they got independence and then they slowly bought up their states from the British and French empires. So actually, I think Billie Eilish needs to do some research there. But this is obviously interesting for British politics. We've got two interesting parties now, and I think Greens are, like I said earlier, more extreme. But what a margin. I mean, over 4,000 votes, majority for the Greens, and it's going to be interesting times in our politics. We're going to see how they do in May in the local elections. I think Reform is still doing well there. I mean, they came second. That's but Labour through the bin. I mean, if Keirstarmer goes to the electorate in 2029, he's not going to win. You look back in history when Mrs. Thatcher lost to by-elections in 89, and she resigned a year later because of unpopularity and got kicked out by the Tories, quite frankly, and the poll tax. John Major was brought in and they won the election. This can only be won. The election, I know it's crazy because Labour pissed off so many people in this country and they're really unpopular. But the Tories were really unpopular in the 1980s. Well, not the 1980s, but 1989, 1990. And then they gained back some strength the last couple of years before the 92 election. So it's not unprecedented for Labour to have a massive comeback, and I hope that doesn't happen, but it's not unprecedented. I mean, if they change leaders this or next year, they could win an election. It's possible. Politics changes so quickly, especially in the 2020s, and what a margin. We're going to see what she's like in Parliament. Hannah Spencer, the plumber. We'll see what happens. It's going to be really interesting times, everyone. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to talk about Iran this week. I'm going to talk about the national debt. I'm going to talk about the mini budget. I'm going to talk about the economy in general. And I'm going to talk about our defence spending. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in most videos soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.